Pantesi has been a reporter with the Times-Union for 7 years, and John Daigle teaches political science at UNF. We are ready to call this race. All three of our political analysts agree. Tell us why you're ready to call and what the results are.
So we've got about 85% of the vote already counted due to how many people voted early and how many people voted by mail. And right now, TK Waters has a 10-point lead over Lakeisha Burton, and she's just not going to be able to meet that gap with the remaining votes from Election Day. And those Election Day votes that are still out there are coming from Republican-heavy precincts and their Election Day, which already tend to be more Republican.
So in your mind, that gap, if somebody says, wait a minute, all the precincts aren't in, how can you really call it? Even if she continues on throughout the night, those are not votes for her as you see it, correct?
Yes, and she'd have to win about 3/4 of the votes that are out there in order to catch up to TK Waters at this point, which right now she's been winning about 45% of the vote. So that's something that's really outside the realm of possibility for her.
So our political experts are saying TK Waters has won the race for sheriffs, and as we're pointing out now, this just means that he's going to be sheriff until March, and then there's another election in March to decide who's sheriff for the next 4 years. So, John, let's talk about campaign money. Who spent more? Who raised more in this race?
Well, actually, both candidates did a really amazing job raising money. If you between the committees that they work with and their campaigns, as well as some other groups, as the graphic shows, TK raised over $2 million, and Democrat Burton raised 1.7 million. When you combine her campaign impact. Those are both very respectable, but they had big differences in how they spent their money.
And I was going to ask you about that too. I mean, I've heard people say, it seems like I'm seeing more ads on TV for TK Waters. Is that true? Does that align with the numbers?
I've been hearing that a lot, and I spent some time over the last few days pulling all the media buy reports, which are public records. And in terms of just buying airtime, which is usually one of the most important things candidates have to do, TK, his spending on local commercials outpaced her 5-to-1 in the local market. Now, that doesn't show whether they're spending on digital or other things that aren't public records, but a 5-to-1 margin in local TV buy is just incredible when their fundraising was that close.
All right. So again, in case you just tuned in, TK Waters now from our political analysts are saying that he is now the winner for the Jacksonville Sheriff's race.